What's up, everybody? How's it going? It's time for the summer update. Normally, I like to do these around the actual solstice or equinox and whatnot, but that didn't happen. So I'm a little late for the update, but hey, better late than never, right? All right, so what has been going on since my car keys? What has been going on since the last update video? Quite a bit. Blue Jay, we are almost done with our summer run of shows. We've had quite a bit. We played a show at the Rio Bravo Brewery. Try to say that 3 times fast. Played a show outside. We brought our entire system, which was kind of a pain to load up 2 cars worth of two full cars worth of gear, an SUV and an MIG. But we had all the vocal stuff, all my stuff, all the keyboard stuff in both those cars. That was the only really hassle, but other than that, it was a good show. New venue, the stage was for the most part covered. Our mixing board was sadly directly in the sun for most of our set. I did put a black cover over it. I know black attracts heat, but something just to cover something. The board was actually hot to the touch when we were done. I had to kind of grab it like this and like carefully put it on the ground so I wouldn't burn my fingers. I'm hoping it still works. We'll find out next practice. I mean, it worked through the whole set. It didn't crap out or it didn't like start smoking, so I'm assuming it's just fine. Let's see what else is going on. Tonight is the New Mexico Entertainment Awards, and we are up for Best Cover Band yet again. So we'll see if we're going to win this year. If not, that's cool. Our website is up. My personal site is not. Speaking of Blue Jay, I'm going to be running the YouTube page for that band, so I'll mention Blue Jay on my stuff, but then I'm going to predominantly talk about Blue Jay, of course, on that YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed to that band, if you scroll down, or I forget where it is on the page, because I know I'm looking at it. It says view your channel, so I'm looking at different. I think if you scroll all the way down, you'll see bands and gear. Blue Jay's the first one there. Hit subscribe and that bell for my channel and that band, please, and thank you. Let's see, what else is going on? We played a fashion show a couple weeks back. We played at Launchpad, opening up for Albuquerque again. That was fun. What else? Our record is almost done. I think John has 2 more songs to mix, and then we're done with it. I think, well, I shouldn't say we're done with it. We're done mixing it. I have to go back and do a solo, sadly. I screwed up the solo for I'm in Love with a Ghost. So I have to go back and retrack that, but that's easy. Let's see, what else is going on? Health-wise, this is part of the video where I kind of get personal. If you're new to the channel, I do talk about personal stuff, just maybe to see if any viewers out there can relate to what I'm going through. I possibly have something called EPI, which is a pancreas issue. I don't have a gallbladder. I got that removed a couple years ago. EPI, basically, just I'm not getting enough good enzymes in my stomach and guts to digest stuff. So I'm on meds for that. Awesome there. What else is going on? Seeing a blood doctor. Never Google stuff when it comes to looking up medical stuff. I mean, that's a no-brainer, but I do it anyway. Apparently I have white blood cells are up, but they're the lymph node bloods. They're not. There's red blood cells, white blood cells, and there's another blood cell. Something's elevated to where, of course, if you Google it, like, you have blood cancer, you have leukemia. No, I don't. More than likely, it's just inflammation, or this pancreas issue is just affecting my liver and spleen. This is the problem area right here. Liver, spleen, and pancreas are the top 3 culprits right now of what's going on with me. So if anybody has any issues like that out there, share your experience, or say, hey, maybe try eating this, or maybe taking this supplement. Of course, always talk to your doctor before you do any type of diet change or supplement, even medication change. Don't listen to people that are not doctors. It's just what I'm going through. So it's not bad, the pancreas thing. It's funny, the doctor messaged me, was like, well, your normal levels are 100, you're at 81. You can take this med if you want. So they're not even worried about it. But I'm taking it anyway, so screw it. My motivation and weight has been not good ever since my recovery and surgery. I have not been able to get back to the gym like I'd like to. I've been really tired, staying up late. It's kind of my own fault too. Staying up later than I should. Trying to get up at 5 a.m. with only 4 hours sleep. It doesn't work that way for me at 45. So I really just got to get back into going to bed early and getting up on time like I should be. I've been playing a lot of Tears of the Kingdom. I fucking love that game. That's kind of the reason why I'm staying up late. I'm just playing that game till the sun comes up. Absolutely love that game. Because during recovery, I had a lot of downtime. I could barely play guitar, definitely wasn't going to the gym. So for, I think it was my birthday, this year I think, maybe last year, I don't remember. My husband got me Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just roll through it. Played Breath of the Wild and immediately went to Tears of the Kingdom. And this might start an internet war here, but I believe Tears of the Kingdom is way better than Breath of the Wild. I said it. Come at me, bro. I just love that game on so many levels. Just the fact that you're in the sky, you're on Hyrule, you're in the depths. It's like, whoa, that game just hits. And the emotional story of it too. That game just slaps. So let's see. Show's coming up. Blue Jay is playing August 30th at Ponderosa Brewery, another brewery show. Those can be good. Those can go smooth-ish. It depends. Last time we played Ponderosa, I did not handle the situation well, and I brought down everybody's energy. So hopefully I will not have a repeat this year. That now I acknowledge my issues and my mistakes. I think we'll be better because now we know what to do when we play that place. We're playing the fair. One date for sure, possibly two. We're supposedly booked on September 7th, Sunday. I haven't heard from the guy who booked us for that show in a while. Then the next fair one is September 11th. Our good friend Josh plays in a country band out here. He booked us for that particular day, so I know that's happening. And the Halloween cover show, we weren't initially going to do it, but then the band did a vote, and we submitted to be the Talking Heads. However, there was a third option that you can let the club promoter, Barney, you can let him choose what band he would like you to see. We went with that after reading that, and he chose us to do Grease. Now, I'm not a musical fan. I'm not into theater. That's not my shtick. As far as I know, it's 8 out of 9 are super psyched for that. I'll do it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be a dick and be like, oh, I don't want to do that. This is boring. This is lame. It's something new and exciting for us to do, so I'm going to do it, obviously, with everybody else. But the rest of the band is super pumped to do that. So we have to get cracking on that, because that show is in 3 months, right? July, August, September, October. Yeah, 3 months. So some work to do for that. Of course, I'll do the fall update gearing up to that show. The fall update will be after post-State Fair gigs. As far as gear goes, I busted out my old Strat yesterday for the brewery show. I don't know if you guys have seen the Solar on here since I got it back, and my 2 Les Pauls, and I don't know, something Friday night happened to where, I keep my guitars in the closet over there in the cases when I'm not using them, or they're just kind of laid out somewhere. And for some reason, that was just like, use me. So it was dusty. The strings were old. So I polished the frets. I oiled the fretboard. I put on fresh strings. The neck was still straight as hell. Action was still good. I used it yesterday. And for being a Squier that is made in the 90s, of course, I did hot rod this thing out. If you guys haven't seen the video, I have 2 videos about this guitar. The flat out specs and whatnot of when I got this guitar, and then the 4-part 30-year guitar journey. I talk about this guitar as well. Yeah, I use this, and honestly, I love my Les Pauls and my Solar. The Strat just seems to sound better in Blue Jay and the Pigeons. So I think for that group, I'm going to use that one. And I gave my brother the white Strat that you guys have seen on this channel. He's playing guitar now, and he was under the impression I was going to loan him my first Squier one. And being that it can have tuning stability, and you can't really, I mean, you can bend the string. I mean, if you set it up properly, you can play it correctly. It worked fine yesterday. I mean, I had to tune the strings like any other guitar would, minus this one, in between songs, because that's outside. It was 100 degrees, and that thing held up phenomenal yesterday. Anyway, when it came to Jeff wanting to play guitar, I'm like, you know what, just borrow my Strat, the Johnston one. It's probably one of the best Strats I ever have owned and played. And I asked him, hey man, how's the guitar going? Are you digging it? He's like, yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm like, dude, just keep that guitar. Screw it. If I really need it, I can borrow it from him, or he can loan it to me for something, but it's his now. I did a lot of stuff with it, a lot of videos, a lot of shows. Never wound up on any records, but that's okay. So yeah, I think I'm just going to use a Strat for Blue Jay. I mean, I'll still use the Les Pauls and all that. I'm not going to just neglect them and all that stuff, but I think predominantly I'm going to use the Strat for that band. It sounds so much better with everything going on, with the thick organs and Teddy's bass and all the vocals we have. It's just that Strat sound seems to cut through better. It definitely did yesterday. I used my PV combo amp as well. I know I just did a video about my live rig for this year. I have been using these two Boss Katana heads almost. I think yesterday was the first gig I haven't used those at all. The simple reason is we had to take so much stuff that even taking this head and my 212, I wouldn't have had enough room, if that makes any sense. So having one amp to go in and just play a show, that was awesome. I had a tuner, a chorus pedal, and a wah pedal. That was my rig yesterday, and it was fine. Outdoors. My guitar cabinet, the speaker was, because it's a 1x12, the speaker was mic'd up, so we can have it a little bit through the main PA, definitely for the back monitor for Wes, and it was great. It totally worked. I did just put in a Celestion Redback. Sorry, oh, it's down here. Celestion Redback into that combo amp, so it's a 150 watt speaker, so plenty of headroom, and it's loud. The watts do not replicate the, versus a 25 watt. This is power handling. I think the decibels on that is like 99 decibels at peak volume, so it can get loud. Hell, even these WGS greenbacks or green berets are greenbacks. Those are 98 decibels. That's insanely loud. I work at a car wash to where the blower jets that are by the driver station, we have to wear noise canceling headphones because it's 111 decibels. And that's not hearing damage, that's hearing loss if you're exposed to that for X amount of time, right? So having a speaker and an amplifier that can crank out 99 decibels, if I were to push the amp at max, it's crazy loud. So yeah, having that brightness and the 3 channels, and even the clean channel. If you know anything about the PV6505 or the 5150s, you guys know that there's not really a clean channel. It still distorts, even with the preamp gain rolled off. It's not designed for a clean tone. You know what I mean? So having that amp with a clean tone, crunch tone, and a high gain tone, which is kind of what I do here anyway. It was great to just use that amp. Probably for the Ponderosa show, even though it's a smaller gig, smaller space, I'll probably use that and the 212, just so I don't have to blast the one speaker. You know what I mean? I can have the 212 at the other side of the stage for Teddy and Wes to use that as a monitor. You know what I mean? So I don't have to mic up as much stuff. And yeah, I got my eye on right now at the local music shop. They have another used Nick Johnston Strat single coils, the orange one. Never had an orange. I have black guitars. I have the red guitar. I wouldn't mind just an outlandish color like that, either yellow or orange. You know what I mean? Just something to really just stand out. I'm gonna go try this out tomorrow. I'm not gonna buy it, obviously. I just took out a little small loan to pay for brakes for my car, which I have to pay off by the end of September. So I'm definitely not buying anything new until then. And the band needs a PA. We need 2 more mains. Right now we're gonna be using our stuff and Derek's stuff. Derek, you see this? We actually used your PA last night. It worked. It's just we have to remember to bring down our mixing board mix if we go into your amp head, which is what we did. Otherwise it feedbacks like crazy. But we are in the midst of getting our own system because I think, Derek, you're going to obviously come back and take your stuff home. So anyway, so yeah, this used Nick Johnson Strat, this, with the 3 single coils. If I get this guitar or even find another one used, because now I think this is still in production, but they just put out the 10th anniversary one with the humbucker single coil. The only pickup I would replace would be the bridge. Simple fact is this one has a Tone Zone S. It just sounds so good. I have a demo on that pickup as well. Make sure you guys check the playlist, check the demos, hit subscribe and that bell, thumbs up, yada yada. If I were to buy this guitar, I would probably replace the bridge one. Maybe the neck, it depends. I also don't use a noise gate, so having a quiet guitar would be beneficial. So if I were to replace the neck, it'd probably be the Fast Track 1. That's what I have in here. So I got my eye on this one. Nice orange guitar. You don't see orange guitars that much. However, being it's used, it is missing the back plate that covers the springs in the bridge system. I'm sure I can probably find a cheap Fender one. It's not going to line up like a Fender, obviously, so I'll have to probably just use the holes that are provided and just hope it stays on. But yeah, I guess that's it. I'm just rambling. You guys know me. I just ramble. There's no script, especially the updates. I just kind of go off what I'm just literally doing right now. So yeah, go subscribe to the Blue Jay page. If you're new to my channel, hello, how are you? Subscribe to my page if you like. After this, I don't know if there was a demo I was going to do. I don't think so. I think I'm fresh out of gear at the moment. I don't have anything. I don't have any new gear to demo. I do need to work on the Bradley Hall Music School lesson this month. It's Tech Death, 240 BPM, which I'm not gonna lie, that is beyond my skill level for tempo. I think the fastest I've done is 200 BPM for a punk song, and that was only 30 seconds of all down picking. To solo at 240 BPM, oof. It's like, I know the point of these is to challenge us to get better at playing, but if I'm already struggling right out the gate to play at that tempo, this is going to be hard. It does slow down, kind of. I mean, the drums aren't as blast beaty. I know that's not a phrase, but the second half of the solo I got, because it is slower, but it's that first half that's just like, just holy shit. Yeah, so anyway, that's probably gonna be the next video, because I gotta work on it. I got my guitar ready to go. Just gonna start practicing on it now. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. I know I've said this a lot in this video. Hit subscribe and that bell, and we'll see you in the next video.